Dr. C. Rangarajan is Chairman of the Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister. He's joining us right now this morning. Sir, thanks very much for your time. First up, let me wish you a very happy New Year, sir, from everybody here at NDTV. Thanks very much for taking out the time.
Okay. I wish you and all your viewers a very happy New Year.
Thanks, sir. I just want to start by some, broad top-down macro stuff, and then we'll get to specifics. So most economists, most macro watchers are anticipating growth to rebound in calendar 2013, and that rebound will pick up pace in 2014. How do you see it, sir? Because most on-the-ground data, consumer sales numbers, other details, monthly numbers that you get, etc., don't point to a pickup in growth in 2013. What is your sense in terms of growth?
I think the growth rate in 2013-14 would distinctly be better than the current year. I expect the growth rate to be close to 7% in the coming fiscal. There are several indications which point in this direction. The reversal in the investment sentiment, which we have seen in the last few months, their full impact will be felt only in the next year. And I also believe that there are some areas which lie in the public domain. There is a very strong effort to increase production. I see a greater focus being laid on and directed towards areas such as coal, power, roads and railways. These have started happening, and its full impact once again will be felt in the coming fiscal. Therefore, assuming a normal monsoon next year, I think we should expect a growth rate close to 7%.
So basically what you are hinting at is that the investment capex will pick up. That will pick up in 2013 calendar so fiscal 14, and that will basically lead overall growth as well. That is what you're saying, sir.
Yes, I think the investment is the key to economic growth. Demand must also grow. Consumer demand, both domestic and external, must grow in order to spur production. But increasing the capacity in the system is extremely important for generating sustained growth. Therefore, I see a pickup in investment activity in the current fiscal. I would say that in the next fiscal. In the current fiscal, this has been one of the drawbacks. I think this has been one of the disappointments in the current fiscal. Investment has not picked up. The new projects are not very much seen. But we could see a turnaround as far as the investment sentiment is concerned, and the pickup in investment, both public and private, will happen next year.
So, you'd understand that turnaround is difficult and tough to imagine for most people. You look at RBI's data on financial closures, which points to considerable slowing in capex over the next 12 to 18 months. I've got some numbers here. Essentially, how is it going to happen? One way it was supposed to happen was with the setting up of NIB, but that seems more like a body to coordinate all efforts towards reviving capex rather than a single window clearance kind of a system. Could you just talk about it, sir? How will it come about? How will this revival come about?
The revival will come about because sentiment is extremely important, and that sentiment definitely has changed in the last few months. Second, of course, we cannot rest purely on sentiment. We need to take action. For example, the Cabinet Committee on Infrastructure will have the opportunity to look at all the major projects and take action to expedite the clearances. So long it has been done in a silo fashion. Each ministry or each department which had the authority, which had the mandate was looking at it. And there was no coordinated way of clearing the proposals, and that will be replaced now by the Cabinet Committee comprising of all the infrastructure ministers will look at the problems and clear them. I think this will, in my view, speed up the clearances of the proposals, and you could see a strong upward movement with respect to the large projects.
Okay. Got that. So, I mean, you're saying that things would move. NIB would be an effective body in pushing that through. Because many are saying that... Yeah, go on, sir.
When one ministry clears and another ministry doesn't, then the whole thing gets delayed. Now, at least all the clearances relating to a particular project will come before this committee, and the committee will set some deadlines to the respective departments or ministries, and then it will review that. Therefore, you have a monitoring mechanism inbuilt, and this will also help in speeding up the projects.
Got it, sir. That's basically investment capex and the investment cycle picking up, which you think will happen in 2013 and 14. There are also increasing signs of consumption demand slowing, sir. I mean, I guess that's natural. Job creation has been pretty anemic. And an extended period of very high inflation continues to hurt as well. What is your sense there?
It is true. It is true that high inflation hurts demand. I mean, but on the other hand, there is also some evidence of the fact that rural wages have been on the rise, not only in nominal terms but also in real terms, and therefore there will be a pickup in rural demand. So some of our safety net programs, social safety net programs, have had the effect of increasing the purchasing power in the hands of the rural community, and thus will also have an effect upon demand. But we need to look at all aspects. We need to look at consumer demand, both domestic and external, and we also need to look at investment demand. Therefore, all of them are taken together, I believe, will have an upward effect or pressure with respect to the output.
What is your projection for inflation, sir?
Well, I think by March 2013, we can get to 7%, and perhaps during the course of the next fiscal, that is 2013-14, we should see a further moderation, perhaps going to 6%.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app, fully optimized for Retina display, full screen view, faster response time, and Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.